I'm thinking this might resonate with some of you. It's hard when we don't have a father or parents in general who love us. It's heart-wrenching because children are programmed to want their parents' love. But when they don't receive it, no matter how hard they try to earn it, they look for it in other places. And that's what I did, like any other kid that isn't really wanted. I wanted to find belonging. I wanted to find a place, a heart that I belonged to, that I belonged in. And I didn't have to look far because it found me. And that's what I want to read you, a little something I wrote. And hopefully it might touch a part of another young girl or guy that wasn't loved and maybe needs to hear that it's okay. You weren't crazy to look for it in the wrong places. You didn't know any better. And, yeah. So I'm going to read this for you now. It's titled, Like Wearing Perfume for Daddy. I still remember that day, the day we met. He complimented my song and smiled with his eyes. I remember thinking he was a little weird, but I liked his smile. I think I started to love him the first time he played guitar and sang from his soul. I kept it silent, my naturally withdrawn heart, the hallmark of a battered, battle-worn child. I desperately feared more ridicule, rejection, more of the, quote, cold, hard truth, end quote. I knew it all too well. No boy had ever shown me a moment's attention. I wasn't like the other girls. I wasn't worthy. I expected nothing from him, but I wanted to. I wanted his love, and I was terrified of the same. What an impossible contradiction. As impossible a contradiction as that thin line between child and woman. His words so kind, encouragement so gentle, his talent mind-blowing. Yet he noticed me. It still stirs my soul remembering the man who noticed everything right about me. The man who taught me to shine, then sat back and watched, beaming with pride, dark eyes filled with joy. The man who noticed my songs, my stories. He never even realized how he cleared away the cobwebs created from years of pain and fear. His love calmed the war zone in my heart, and his attention given so freely lifted me heavenward. And when he fell in love with me and told me how he felt, I was so proud. All those years before, the others had been wrong. I wasn't worthless. I wasn't garbage. I wasn't different. I wasn't scum. I could be loved too. He showed me. I gave myself to him that night, gave him my heart. And a part of me holds on to the love he gave even now. Even now a part of me clings to him, and a part of him I'll hold close forever. I wore perfume just for him. I put on makeup for him. I sang for him. I smiled and I laughed for him, because he taught me how. I was just 17, in many ways still a little girl. My first love should have been my father. It should have been, quote, Dad, end quote, who beamed with pride to watch his daughter shine. It should have been my father thinking, that's my girl, oh how I love her. It should have been Dad I could have turned to for comfort and affection. It should have been Dad who proudly enjoyed my music, my stories, my heart, who made it his mission to build up and encourage me. It should have been Dad whose gentle caring and praise inspired my confidence and brought forth my smiles and laughter. It shouldn't have been a 46-year-old married man. I shouldn't have been so vulnerable and open to his attention. I shouldn't have longed for his love and welcomed it with joy when he declared it. Like a little girl wearing perfume for Daddy, trying to win the heart, the love that should have been hers by birthright. Instead, over and over, he broke my heart. And so I turned to another, all too willing to embrace that same heart. Love will always come from somewhere.